Part 2 of building a medieval town for my subscribers. Each subscriber is an individual person on the map, so if you want to join the town, hit that subscribe button. As of now, I have 27 subscribers, up from the original 21 that I had, which means there are 6 new people moving to town today. As a quick note, thank you very much for actually taking an interest in this, because this is, I don't know, it's a cool idea, and I wasn't sure if anyone was going to really care, so it was really cool. Thank you. Our 6 beautiful new people who moved to town today decided that what was most needed was a lumberyard. So that's what I'm building here, as you can see in the background. I'm basically just putting together, some tents, some nice campfire area, and then also setting up some nice wood piles that they gathered from some nearby trees, and they're doing some nice deforestation, which will probably be good for later whenever we actually get some houses up. But at a recent town meeting, there was some questions brought up about how we should use our new wood stockpile. Now this is where you all come in. You get to decide what is done with this new stockpile. Now the majority of town sees a pretty reasonable view that we should work on building housing over anything else at this time because we're still living in tents. I mean, you should always want to get some nice warm housing going. I mean, it is summer still, so it's not like we're at risk of freezing, but it would still be nice to have, a warm place to sleep at night, safe from the elements. But there's a more vocal minority of people in town who thinks we should instead use this new stockpile of wood to build a church. There are many complaints that they haven't been able to do proper worship for their god, the Great Loaf, an agrarian deity. They beseech you instead to think about the ramifications of not being able to do proper worship. Now, while not all civilians in town follow the Great Loaf, it wouldn't be an awful idea to maybe sate their desire to worship. They say that if you build them their church, they will pray to the Great Loaf to bring bountiful harvests when farms get up, and they will also pray for protection from the elements while the people are in this more barren state of defense against, wind and, the weather and such. So at the end of the day, the choice is yours as to how we use these new wood stockpiles. Also, as a little side note, for me personally, I tried to give you a little bit more of a better view of the map. If you want, I could also probably get a video with just like a normal video attached to one of these shorts where you could just kind of see a more in-depth view, because it is sometimes a little difficult to squeeze it into this little frame.